Hi everyone, I hope you all had a nice weekend and were able to begin the Unit 3. So this unit is on communication and wellness. So specifically we're looking at how to be effective communicators, how to best verbally express ourselves, and how to understand what is sort of habits that we can engage in or activities that benefit us mentally and emotionally and physically, right? So I want to emphasize that to remember when you're writing your discussion board posts to answer all the questions in the unit, because I noticed that in the previous week that some questions were missed. So the questions this week are focusing on an experience of miscommunication, then applying Stephen Covey's Seek First to Understand to that example of miscommunication. And the last question is how to maintain a balanced state of mind or a state of health in working in the public service field. So first off, I want to say if you're not able to find examples that help you to respond to these questions, just send me an email and I'll try to help you find it. Always send out an email if something's not clear or you're stuck somewhere. So for the first question with miscommunication, think about a time where you're talking to a friend and you said something and your friend had a different reaction. Sort of like in my example where I was at my family or my in-laws' house and I made a joke and it was not received well. But the point is that that's miscommunication because you put out a message and it was received the opposite of what you intended, right? And it could also, the example of miscommunication could also be how you were talking to somebody, right? And you said nothing, and that still created a reaction or the opposite of what it was intended. So that's something to look at or think about when you're trying to find an experience of miscommunication. The second question, Seek First to Understand, is applying Covey's ideas of how that situation of miscommunication can be remedied, right? Your intentions or clearly stating what you meant to sort of remedy that. So that's something also to consider. His work or his ideas of helping those type of situations are pretty clear cut, but if that too is not sort of understandable, you can email me about that as well. And then lastly, the question about working in the public service field and maintaining a healthy state of mind. Something that's not covered in the book, but actually relates to mindfulness, which is detachment. And I think that's something really important to consider when thinking about your emotional state when you're working in that field, because working in public service is always going to be emotionally taxing because you're working with people. And I'm sure a lot of you that have chosen this path are empaths because you feel for the needs of other people. So something that you could focusing on with this answering this question is considering detachment and how to separate yourself from your client's emotional needs. And what it is basically recognizing that your own emotions and then those are your client's emotions and learning how to not take those on when you leave work. So that's something really important that's not covered in the book that I think it should be, because we all know that we need to eat well, exercise, sleep, and some find some kind of activity that helps us release stress and to maintain balance. So that's something to consider. Or if you find something else that you think is helpful or that you apply in your own life, include that as well. So that's what I wanted to cover. And as always, if you have any questions, email me. Don't hesitate if you're stuck somewhere in the reading or unsure about something in the unit. Okay? So I hope you all have a nice week and are able to get a lot out of this unit.